Uber's own engineers are saying that the higher AI usage is not really translating into more useful product features. So when you consider the technology part of this, is the problem with the tools? Is it the implementation? Is it the way the companies are using AI? Where exactly is the problem where we are seeing this gap also increase, like Karan is pointing out, between the large companies that can afford to burn cash and those that can't?
Well, the gap may or may not increase. That depends to be seen how well we use it. So when we techies were being taught how to code, we were always told that coding or programming is only 80% of the job. The rest of the job is planning around it. We have to study the requirements. We have to see where exactly are we going to use technology intervention. What happens in technology adoption, in innovation adoption, is that you don't just blindly adopt any innovation. You have to adopt that innovation that is going to be useful to you in the quantum that it is going to be useful to you. So what is a business use case to which you're putting AI to? Does it justify it? I heard the words ROI, but I also heard you mention the word FOMO. I basically feel Uber got into a huge FOMO out there because what exactly was Uber trying to achieve? What was it seeking to improve when it was putting AI into use there? That should have been defined first. And in the investment world, we always have something called a stop loss. Can we define that for AI also? We need to be able to do that. AI models have yet not been defined there. See, Uber has got its own data sets. It was working on data that it had with itself. Everything that it needed was in its capacity. Still, it exceeded the budgets within 4 months is quite alarming. It obviously means they overused it. If Microsoft engineers can overuse Claude, well, that was news that just disappeared last 3 days that happened. Claude has been withdrawn for use for most Microsoft applications because they overused it. Their own people overused it. So this is what is happening. We don't know where to use it. FOMO cannot cause us to get into areas and try to use it where it cannot be used.
So is there a lot of FOMO? That is an important question that you're raising. 11% of Uber's back-end code, I understand, now fully written, fully deployed by AI agents. So are we moving too quickly towards automation without fully understanding the risks and limitations? Is that the point you're making, ma'am?
Exactly. See, we need to be able to define where are we going, what are we seeking to achieve. See, Uber, after all, is a ride-sharing app. What was AI to that extent doing there? AI can be used there where you have got its application. The use case must be defined, must be apt for AI. Uber may use it to an extent, but not to the extent that who's going to pay the price for it? Is the rider ready to pay the price? Is a person using Uber ready to pay the price for using AI in your Uber? Do they really want to do it? Does it justify it there? Well, if you are saying you're using AI for some very, very complicated surgeries, it can be understood that you're trying to use the knowledge that has been gathered from a lack of other doctors. But in Uber, what exactly was it trying to achieve? Does the cost match that? That is a question that Uber needs to answer by itself.
Indeed.
Until that is defined, you cannot justify. AI is very expensive to develop and to deploy. That is something where people started with saying AI is going to bring in operational cost efficiencies. That myth has been burst now.
Right.
AI is very expensive.
You're saying it's taking too long, the gestation period. But
The gestation period of AI is long.
Right.
You have to be able to have that tolerance, and if you're able to afford it, only then go for it.